If you do these 3 things, you will improve at cornhole. To be clear, I'm not a seasoned pro, not a pro cornhole player, just a beginner, a noob trying to get better. I've been at this a couple years now. Really trying to ramp up my practice this summer to get better for the fall as the new tournament seasons crank up. And as I've been practicing this spring and summer, I've found a few keys that'll help your average player improve a half a point, which is what we're all trying to do. We're just trying to get a little bit better each time we practice, each time we play. And a few fundamentals that I've just found on my own are gonna help you just like they help me, I hope. So let's get into it. So number one, I've played a lot of sports in my life, and there's one thing that you cannot do in most all sports, probably every sport, and that is you cannot have a non-athletic stance. You need to have an athletic stance or an athletic position before you make your move, make your throw, make your swing. Think about golf. If you try to hit a golf ball with your knees locked and really stiff, you couldn't hit the ball. If you tried to shoot a basketball with your knees locked, you wouldn't be very good. And that goes for anything. Throw a football, throw a baseball. You need to be ready to move, ready to make that shot. So for cornhole, you're not gonna obviously get in a defensive position like basketball for cornhole, but you still want an athletic position, a little flex in your knees, if you will. So number one, you get that weight transfer. Number two, you just have good balance instead of standing stiff-legged and you can get spun out and fall off from what you're trying to do. A little knee flex, an athletic position, whether you're a right foot forward, a left foot forward, or even a stepper. You want to have a little bit of flex so you get that weight transfer and you feel like you have good balance when you're making your pitch. Another thing, just like in those other sports, you want to try to have as few moving parts as possible. I already mentioned golf, but in a golf swing, if you're all over the place, it makes it real hard to get back to where you want to go when you're hitting the golf ball. So even if you're stepping or a non-stepper in cornhole, when you're making your pitch, try to keep your shoulders quiet, a little flex in your knees, but don't have a big dip if you can help it. Don't have a big spin if you can help it. Even on your backswing back here, something I struggled with for a long time on my backswing. Sorry for the airplane, y'all. Something I struggled with for a long time on my backswing is when I came back here, I was trying to put some extra English on that bag, and you may do that and be okay. But I found if I keep that motion quiet and don't release till I get to the front, right here, much more consistent, much more accurate on throwing the bag. So everything quiet, shoulders down to your feet, be set, be at your target, and try to be as quiet as possible. Reduce the movement in your pitch. Try not to get that big spin. I'm still fighting that. I can't fix that all the way. But my key, one of my swing keys, if you will, is just to come back with that quiet wrist and then pop it out here in the front. Number three, and this really goes for tournament play, but really it can happen in practice too. You can just start throwing bags mindlessly, is keep your pace of play the way you want it. Don't let your opponent or don't let the fact that you're just practicing mess with your pace of play. So if you're a basketball team and you get sped up, if you're a slow basketball team and you get sped up, you're not going to play well. If you're a fast break team and a team slows you down, you're not going to play well. So if you're playing cornhole and your routine is to put your bags on the board, you pick one bag at a time up, a few spins, get set, go through your routine. Even if the guy on the other side or the girl on the other side is a rapid fire thrower, don't get into that pace. And on the flip side, if you're a rapid fire kind of cornhole player, then you be ready, stay with that bag moving, whatever you got to do, and as soon as that player takes their time and throws, you're ready. You put the pressure on them to keep throwing. One little bonus tip, make sure, no matter how the day's going, no matter how the game's going, if you're in tournaments and tournament specific, is make sure you have fun, stay loose. If you're real competitive like me, it's real easy to get upset and pissed and throwing bags and being mad. Don't do that. Of course, you'll be a little disappointed in a bad round or a bad game, but keep your head, keep you cool, and have fun. So there you have it, y'all. That's my 3 things to fix to bump your game up one more notch. Maybe get yourself another point or 2. Athletic position, keep your knees slightly flexed. Stay in an athletic position to make that throw. 2, as few moving parts as possible. Stay quiet in the shoulders, quiet in the wrist, quiet down below, as little motion as possible. Just like that, I made it. And 3, keep your pace of play where you want it. Don't get sped up, don't get slowed down. Do your thing. Force your pace of play on your opponent. And last but not least, the bonus tip was have fun. So let me know what you think. Anything else you can put in the comments that will help folks get better a little bit at a time. Little simple keys they can think about to get better, please drop them. And as always, I appreciate y'all watching.